Immigration Today. This is the show that keeps you informed on immigration and social justice issues. Today our show is about knowing your rights, your responsibilities, and how to protect your family if you live in the United States, and especially if you're an immigrant. Something that immigrants don't often think about is whether they have ever been ordered deported from the United States with an in absentia order of deportation. This can happen when someone crosses the border. They may be fingerprinted at the border. They may have received what's called a notice to appear in immigration court. Not realizing what this document is or the importance of it, they may fail or choose not to go to immigration court, and an immigration judge will order them deported in their absence. Such a deportation order can make life difficult for you because if you are then picked up in the future, you have no right to see an immigration judge, and you can be put into what's called expedited removal. It's very difficult to open or reopen in absentia orders of deportation. So you should know whether you have one of these orders against you. If you've ever received a notice to appear and you still have that document, it will have on it what's called an alien registration number or an A number. And you can use this number to call an 800 telephone computerized system to find out if in fact you've ever had an order of deportation against you. And that telephone number is 1-800-898-7180. That's 1-800-898-7180. So you call that telephone number, you put in your alien registration number, and it will tell you either when your next court date is or if you've ever been ordered deported from the United States. If you have been ordered deported, it's critical that you use extra caution in your public behavior when you're driving or any other type of action that could put you in jeopardy of being picked up by the police or by ICE. Keep in a place that you know where it's readily available important telephone numbers and information such as doctors, lawyers, hospitals. It will be very important to know who your lawyer is going to be in times of crisis. And on that point, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about how to choose a good lawyer for any kind of a case, but especially immigration. It's very common in the immigrant community that the immigrant community sees notarios for their legal work, whether it's taxes and accounting issues or immigration paperwork. Notarios are not lawyers. They are not authorized to practice law in the United States. They are not governed by a bar that admits lawyers. They haven't been to law school, and they don't understand the laws in the U.S. They have the right to notarize documents, and that's about it. So it's very dangerous to go to a notario, one, because they're not governed by a bar. So if they ruin your case because they didn't know what they were doing, there's no recourse really against that notario. There's no governing body to report them to. Secondly, they really often don't know what they're doing. Third, they're practicing law without a license, and the FBI and the Bar Association, especially the American Bar Association, is now investigating many notarios. So your immigration file can be the subject of an FBI investigation, which you certainly don't want to have happen, especially if the notario hasn't done a proper job on your case. You could find yourself in removal proceedings. Likewise with lawyers, though, it's important to choose a lawyer who has experience in your area that you need advice in. So for instance, if it's immigration, make sure that the lawyer has experience handling immigration cases and that is their primary focused area. Particularly, for instance, if you're facing removal, not every immigration lawyer does removal, for instance. Not every immigration lawyer will process employment-based sponsorship applications. So ask the lawyer what kinds of cases they have experience in. Make sure that they're barred. Make sure that they don't have any complaints against them. You can do this by calling the local bar administration and asking, has this lawyer ever been reported? Do they have any complaints against them? Very critical to understand whether a lawyer has had complaints brought against them. Many of my clients have had bad lawyers that are now in jail for bringing fraudulent immigration cases that resulted in their client's deportation. When you hire a lawyer, it's important to understand what that lawyer is going to do with your money. Lawyers are required to place the money that you give them into a client trust fund account and to account for the money as they build down against it when they're handling your case. So when you sign an engagement agreement with a lawyer, which should be the case in every legal matter, that you have a written agreement with that lawyer and you understand what the lawyer is doing for you, that you also understand how your money is going to be used and at what point the lawyer considers that money earned. This will protect you from lawyers who simply take the fee from you and then fail to do the legal work. I think we've covered some very important points for you to understand your rights in the United States, especially your right to remain silent, and to protect yourself and your family, to protect your status. Make sure you keep a clean record, and I wish you health and safety and prosperity in the United States. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us for Immigration Today.